smelling salt first, then eat, or eat and then smelling salt?
I mean, I've never done smelling salt.
never done a smelling salt?
You are gonna have to.
All right.
You're gonna have to pick the order here.
Okay. This is such a stupid idea. I was so excited for it. Now I'm like, what am I doing? Okay.
I mean, we
Let-
gotta do it.
We're gonna crack this. We're gonna crack this open, and then we'll take a smell, and then eat. And we'll go from there.
All right.
Remember to deep throat the sandwich, but
Got it.
not.
Yeah.
Don't,
Oh yeah.
Don't die.
No, you're gonna see my good face.
Working overtime, serve beer at a Bushwick dive, just trying to stay alive, but it's so damn hard. But I will not worry, though life ain't going as I planned. I hurt and be hard, but it's so much harder. Well, I keep doing the best I can, best I can.
Welcome in and welcome Under the Apron, the podcast that asks one simple question: are we cousins? We are joined here today. Unfortunately, Mike couldn't make it because the SAG strike is over and he had to go back to work. But we are lucky enough to have Skylar on the show co-hosting today. How you feeling, bud?
Feel great.
Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
And we have a very special guest today. A little bit of an intro. We grew up going to Thanksgiving together, Passover together, playing out in the backyard, racing, sports, all that stuff. And I'm not sure what happened, but somewhere along the line, our family started doing holidays at different times or different houses.
The families got too big.
The families got too
Everyone
big.
started getting married, having kids.
That's
and it
right.
got too big to like basically do everything together.
The kids' table got too big. But there was a good era of that kids' table.
Yes.
It was a beautiful time. So we sort of lost touch, and then I remember one Thanksgiving, Aunt Judy, shout out to Aunt Judy, shout out to Uncle Greg. One Thanksgiving, they said, "Hey guys, have you heard there's an article with Jeremy in it? He was just named one of New York City's most eligible bachelors."
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, "What?" Like, there's a lot of competitive boys in our family, so we were like, "Jeremy, what the fuck?" And that was the first that I had heard of Brunch Boys, of any of your success. And Jeremy had been doing food influencing, right?
I had worked in TV for many years.
Okay.
Sports TV, then food TV, and then the whole social media world.
When did the article come out?
The article came out almost right when I started doing like Brunch Boys at the time with social media full time. So that's a good 8 years ago, which is crazy. What's funny is in that article, I forget if we were going to put it out there, but it was a bunch of billionaires.
Yeah.
And me, who was basically still on unemployment, and I was like, oh, no one's ever gonna think that I have a lot of money that I do not have.
Yeah, that kind of sets you up for fucking. So in any case, I want to say thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. Grabbing coffee with you after all those years, still a sweetheart. I still think I could beat you in a race in the back of Mike and Debbie's house, but maybe we'll figure that out one of these days. And if you're listening out there, family, shout out to everybody. Amanda, I haven't seen you forever. Your family is wonderful. I saw your parents at Jake's wedding. Congratulations, Jake. If I'm leaving anybody else out, we love you out there. So we're going to move along. Do you have a story that you want to share?
I looked down and I could see the inside of my leg, basically. I will never suck your dick.
I wound up watching Back to the Future, getting fucked up with Doc Brown.
Dude, this story's crazy, guys.
It's story time.
So I was shooting at an old school Italian restaurant, in Little Italy, and it's kitchen in the middle, dining room up front, kitchen, back dining room. So a lot of times when I do my shoots, if I just go to dinner, I'll just go to dinner, shoot my phone, whatever. But I like the production side of it. I like filming, I like being in the kitchen. That's what I enjoy out of it. So generally what I ask is hey, could I come in when you're closed? It's easier on you. I'm in the kitchen, I'm out in the way. It's easier on me. I don't have to worry about asking to turn off the audio or whatever the hell. So I go there that day and I walk in between lunch and dinner service. They were closed. So I walk in and there's this big table of distinguished Italian gentleman up front. And I'm like, okay, like this isn't, I really didn't think anything of it. I was like, whatever, an old school Italian restaurant, sure. So I go in the kitchen to film. I go in the back room, I film. And the chef he's a big dude, bigger than me. So I had to go film something up front. And he's standing, he's so big, he's blocking the entire door with his body, right? And I'm like, oh, I gotta go out front and film something. He goes, no, you don't. And I was like, no, he's like, you don't want to go out there. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's fine, whatever. I live in New York. What could possibly be happening? I can't go out there. So he's like, okay. So he cinched his body right out there. So the gentlemen that were having a lovely Italian lunch earlier when I was out there are now all standing and screaming at each other. And I was like, oh, what did I walk into? And I just remember tiptoeing it out. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need to shoot that. That's
yeah.
Whatever that meeting of the families is happening,
sure.
I don't need them to know anything of what I'm doing.
Dude, crazy.
Oh my God.
It was mafia?
Oh, I'm very sure.
Probably. You know what's crazy? I don't know if you've if you've actually come across, because there's still some old school Italian mafia stuff in our neighborhood. Crazy story. So Metropolitan, which is a bar in our neighborhood in Williamsburg, opens up 15 years ago. And back Williamsburg, everybody thinks of Williamsburg as $10 lattes and yoga pants, but that happened maybe 10 years ago.
Within the past 10 years.
Yeah. Before that, lower income, Dominican, Puerto Rican, and Italian. And a lot of the mafia was based out here or around here. So there's a group, there's a hangout that I'm not going to say the name of because I want to keep my life, but it's basically just they have the sign out front, and it's just obviously a mob hangout, right? That's just what it is. And fucking my bar, Alligator Lounge, opens up their first bar in the neighborhood, Metropolitan, a gay bar, right across the street from a mob hangout. And this is pre any of the real gentrification, right? So the neighborhood is still kind of rough and rowdy. First day of Metropolitan being open, they send a couple boys over. They walk in, they slap up the staff. They're like, we don't want you fucking so-and-sos in this neighborhood. You're closing down shop, whatever. Beat up the staff, okay? Little do they know that the owners of my bar and Metropolitan are old school Irish IRA. These guys call up a couple Irish boys. They go in, kick in the door of the mob hangout the next day, put guns to their head, pull them out onto Lorimer Ave, and pistol whip them in the streets. And they're like, don't ever fucking walk back in our gay bar. And that's how the first gay bar in Williamsburg was started.
Nice.
Pretty fucking crazy. I'm sincerely curious how this all got started.
Sure.
Brunch Boys, how did you get into what was it hey, I find this fun and I'm just going to do it, and then it turned into something? Or did you go into it with the actual the goal of getting to where you're at now? What was the impetus?
No, there was definitely no goal. I mean, when I started making content online, no one made money on the internet, so it was hard to really dedicate time to it. But so I always kept doing that, and then social media started growing, and I ended up wanting to do an online show called Brunch Boys, and that was sort of the next extension of what I had been doing, which is a sports bar show. And made a couple of videos, forgot about it, went back to work, didn't matter. But I had started the Instagram account, started all the social media accounts around it, because I was like, that's just what you do. And you pick a name, just get all the handles, whatever. And I ended up being on the road for a bunch of food travel shows for Food Network, Travel Channel.
Cool. That's dope.
It was a dream. It was the dream being working at Food TV, but it was brutal. It's part of the reason why I had to kind of leave TV. But so I was on the road, so just organically I'm in all these kitchens. So now where you rely around working with the restaurant to maybe do a comp, or even just going in by yourself and paying for all the meals, that wasn't really feasible back in the day. But I happened to be in kitchens filming for all these shows. So I just organically started getting all this content from around the country. And right when food Instagrams became a thing, I happened to have one of all these fucking food things.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I was for the first time ever, I was okay, I want to take a little break from TV. It was just, I was on the road for 3 straight shows. It was just too much. And it was sort of the end of the year, 8 years ago, I guess. And I was like, maybe I'll take a month off. Like it's December, it's slow production wise. And I have this like weird Instagram account I could play with. I probably had like 14,000 followers at the time, but it was like growing tremendously. And like even at that point, because there just weren't that many accounts, like money wasn't coming in, but like opportunities were coming in. I had to say no to it. It's like, oh, I could do this and I can't because I'm on show. Like if you're on a show, you can't do anything else. But so I took off a month and then like the account really started growing. That was right when people started making money. And a couple of friends are making money, and they're like, "You're really close, honestly. Like, if you just give this a go, like, you could probably be making money very soon."
What does give it a go look like? Like, what does it? What does it mean?
Basically, what I did, it was just like really. I mean, on the creative side of it, just like do it, get content, put stuff out there. Right. On the more like, how do I actually accomplish that? Basically, what I did was I looked at my bank account. I was like, okay, like if I'm on unemployment and I have savings, like how long could I go until I just can't afford rent? It was like 3 months.
Sure.
So I just gave myself a deadline. I'm like, okay, I have 3 months to make money basically, and then I'll go back to TV. Because to me, like I never quit my job. It's freelance. So I just like said no to a couple gigs, and I was like, I could always easily just go back.
Yeah. That's a short window though.
Yeah. But I didn't really have an option. That was all I had.
Right.
But yeah, so I actually concentrate on it for the first time after years of just kind of putting stuff out there randomly. And yeah, people started paying me. And while it wasn't a lot at the time, it was more than I made in TV, because in TV I made no money.
Right.
So it kind of made the math really easy of like, okay, I make more money doing this. It's sort of the same thing. I'm in kitchens and I'm filming and I get that creative outlet. And yeah, it all clicked. It wasn't an idea of like never going back to TV. It just financially didn't make sense.
Sure.
And like TV is brutal and the industry's only gotten more tough. So it kind of all sort of worked its way out.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I wanted to say to you, obviously, again, we don't talk all that often now, but like knowing you as long as we've known each other and to see you here, and yeah, the financial success, of course, that's wonderful. But like more importantly, you seem to be doing what you want to be doing on your own terms, living your life the way that like you're free to be who you are and what you want to be, and that's awesome. And like I think hopefully if you're living your life right, as you grow up and as you continue to try things and fail, and what does this look like? What does this look like? And with under like this Venn diagram of being happy but making money, but do I all the things. Hopefully at some point you found a path for yourself where you feel pretty good about it, and you seem to have found that. I'm proud of you, man. I think that's great. Dude, the travel though, we were talking about this beforehand because I sent him your stuff. Like the fact that again, living a life where everything kind of comes together, and you're able to do really fantastic stuff and make money from it. You being able to travel, we just saw your Tokyo. I mean, that must have been amazing. The ability to travel the world and do this is crazy.
I've been to Japan twice now, which is crazy.
Amazing.
I just got back from Vegas yesterday. That was, still physically feeling it.
I would imagine. What favorite place you been outside of Japan?
Well, I was just in Korea on that last Asia trip and loved it. Like Seoul was incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was really
very cool.
Yeah.
How often do you go international?
International's probably once a year.
Once a year.
Like one big trip I'll do. Travel around America a lot. Especially when I was in TV, I traveled a lot, like a lot of random places. And so it ends up being on the road maybe every other month or so for some reason.
Are you like in complete control of your schedule when it comes to or do you have like an agent or people just kind of setting you up?
I mean, I have a manager who deals with like money things. My schedule though is basically up to me. I mean, most of the campaigns that I do, it's at least flexible enough. Sometimes it's very specific, like, hey, be out here for whatever. Like the Vegas thing, I was just out there for, like, it was the Peter Luger grand opening. So like that was the weekend I had to be out there.
Sure.
If it was going to happen.
Sure.
But for the most part, it kind of has to be flexible, just the way I live my life. But whatever. Okay, you're going to pay me enough. Great. I'll move heaven and earth.
That's fucking awesome, man. That's perfect. All right. So some questions for you, and then we're going to move on to some other shit. Most embarrassing moment that you can remember in this process of you doing this thing?
Oh, man. I mean, I think just everything. You know what I mean? You kind of have to like lose it a little bit because no matter, this is a big lesson doing stuff on the internet. You'll never make everybody happy.
All right, I have another question for you guys, and for you specifically. Have you ever had to wear makeup for your stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever had like a legit makeup, like a girl go like, let me do your makeup?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I did it in high school for theater plays.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. So you've had
Yeah,
it.
then.
Yeah. Because
I love it.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay, that
I have terrible skin. I look great in
dude. Okay, so I got like a big fucking thing on my face, and so I was like, Tash, I'm gonna be on camera, like put a little something on my face, and it made me think of when's the last time I had makeup on my face, and then I was like, Jeremy's probably had makeup on his face. I modeled for like maybe 6 months when I was like early 20s, and the first real job that I did, they had a legit makeup team, and I remember feeling very weird about it. It's crazy. People are putting blush on you. It's the first time that's ever happened. I'm nervous. It's my first job, and I'm just thinking like, this is stupid. I'm gonna look like such an idiot. I looked so much hotter than I am.
Yeah.
So much. I was like, holy shit, that's what I'm supposed to look like.
I mean, it's different too. I mean, yes, makeup makes you look better, especially
Yeah.
with my skin makes you.
Right.
People forget too. It's like these cameras, you're in better definition in real life,
Yeah.
and like with the lights on you, like it's gonna wash you out. Like you need makeup
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
look presentable. It's not even to make you look better, even though you do. It's like
Right.
to make you look even coming back to normal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
They film these things. It's like you really need makeup.
Dude, but I just remember being shocked. Like, I don't know. It's such an obvious thing. Why do women wear makeup? Because it makes them look better. But somehow that didn't compute in my fucking
Yeah,
head.
same.
I'm like,
Every
I'm gonna
time I
look
look
like
at
an
myself, I'm
idiot.
like, wow,
Oh,
like it's like
dude.
an Instagram filter come to life.
Hey, that's exactly what it is. Especially if you have somebody who knows what they're doing. And then I remember having this like whoa moment with that, which because you just never have to think about it. Like, if I'm being honest, I don't find very attractive on women when they wear a lot of makeup. Like, that's just something that's a personal turnoff. No shade to anybody who's listening. Comment, whatever you need to comment. But if you have access to something and it takes 10 minutes and then all of a sudden you can just be like 2 points hotter, it would be very difficult not to do that on a regular basis.
You
Like,
don't even realize sometimes that people are wearing makeup. They just do it so well that
Totally.
it's like you just like look like a natural face.
I mean, even day to day, like obviously I won't do full makeup every day, but like if I'm on camera, especially when it's a summer and it's like I know I'm gonna be glowing red, like I have like green makeup I put on my face. Like,
green makeup?
yeah, so it's green because I'm so red. The green actually evens it
Whoa.
normal basically, and
Yeah.
especially and on camera just pops way harder. The red just comes out.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I'll put like this green stuff on my face and just makes it look normal, sort of.
Yeah, it made me realize like how judgmental I was being of women who I noticed that on. Because again, I always just have my thoughts on that. But then it's like, dude, if I had that opportunity, especially as a woman, where you're being judged way more on your looks than their male counterparts, like, if I was a woman, I'd be wearing makeup every day. I'm surprised that I'm not as a man, to be honest with you.
If I knew how to do it, I would do it.
Yeah.
I just know how to go like a very light foundation. I could do anything beyond that. I will look insane. Probably.
I mean, listen, maybe we could do that. Maybe we'll start a male makeup tutorial.
Someone said the other day, like the first person to like convince men to buy makeup will be a billionaire.
There you go. There we go. And that's why I brought you here today. Because if you would like to produce our show, Men with Makeup. Okay. So the other question I had for you before we move on is, do you have like a coolest moment? Do you have like a moment that you remember and being like, wow, this is special?
I mean, the travel stuff is really cool. I think like a really big like sort of full circle moment that was so cool was I was Bobby Flay's PA on a lot of his shows. That's sort of like was my first kind of roles in food TV, and then started producing for a show. So I produced the first 3 seasons of Be Bobby Flay, and that was one of the last shows that I ended up doing. And I got to go back to be a judge, having done this now for a little. It was so weird to be like started as his PA. So now working with the same people and like I'm on camera on that show.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, really like full
That's awesome, man.
cool moment. And then he lost because of my vote, and I was told.
Oh no. Okay. So
Okay.
I've been really excited for this because I thought this through. So, we're obviously, guys, we're doing a different type of show today, more interview based. But I do have a little bit of a topic for us that's going to lead us into what we're doing. Have you guys ever been peer pressured into something really fucking stupid before?
I'm pretty good against peer pressure.
You're good against it?
Yeah.
Good for you.
But I
you?
mean, sure, probably at some
I've
point. I
been
guess.
peer pressured. Yeah, of course I have. I mean, so the biggest thing, and this just happened recently. I'm not good at taking shots.
Yeah.
And it's like well known that like if I order a shot, it needs to be a lemon drop. Otherwise,
Oh my
I'm not
God.
doing well. I know it's not great, and I hate doing it, but it's just who I am.
Right.
That's just the existence I have
Sure.
to live.
Live your
But the
truth.
other day, I was at Radagast, and my buddy came up to me. He was like, "I got you this tequila shot," and I was like, "I can't do it. I will puke. I will puke if I do this." And he's like, "No, dude, I don't believe you. Do it." And then I did it, and then I puked right there in Radagast Hall, a place I used to work at, right under the fucking. And it was the manager was the one who gave me the shot, so it was like he had to be like,
That's rough as a
"I'll
bartender.
clean
man,
it."
to not be able to take shots. Although I kind of wish I had that because it would have saved me a lot
I'm
of.
not a big shots, but I mean, I just drink tequila on the rocks. So like, I
Right.
could drink, but I'm like, someone gives me a shot like Norris tequila. I'm like, maybe I'll do one, but I'm like, I'm just gonna pour it in my drink. Like, this is what I'm drinking.
Yeah, yeah,
What is
yeah,
the
yeah.
difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I feel that way too. Last week, shout out to my friends up in Bed-Stuy Casinos, Dylan. When you're here, your family. But we bunch of buddies just playing poker, and my friend goes, "Have you ever tried smelling salts?" I was like, "No, I've never tried smelling salts." And he's like, "You want to try smelling salts?" I was like, and they're like, "Hey, man, you never tried it, try it." So tried smelling salts, and now I think I'm addicted. So, Jeremy, if you wouldn't mind checking under your chairs,
Oh.
just like Oprah.
Oh, that's why you were excited. 'Cause
Hey, we have smelling salts. So here's what I'd like to do. Jeremy, you do whatever you're comfortable with. Skylar, you have to do it. I want you to teach us as best you can how to be a good food influencer.
Okay.
So I've brought Campbell's cheese spicy turkey sandwich. It's one of my favorite sandwiches from the neighborhood. I had to reheat it, so we'll see how it goes. But we need to one up you because clearly you're so far ahead of us that in order for our brand to take off, if the male makeup podcast doesn't take off, then we have to do something a little extra. So he's going to teach us how to do a food influencing, take a bite, whatever it is.
Okay.
And then we're going to do that while using smelling salts. You're welcome to try the smelling salt if you want.
No.
Okay. This is good. You know who you are, and I respect it.
See? Can't be peer pressure into anything
There you go.
unless I'm very drunk. Then I'll do anything.
Oh, fuck, man. I should have got you more drunk. You want to take a shot? You pour it in your beer. Okay, so you show us like if imagine you're giving Jeremy's school on food influencing.
You get a little dunk, right?
Yeah.
I get a little
Oh yeah. Campbell's
there.
turkey.
All right, I'm gonna do this without making a mess.
Oh yeah.
Hold the mic with it. That's the.
Ooh. I also take 2 big bites and I choke. I have to slow down. Let me breathe.
Where's the
I have
sandwich?
choked on camera before.
Have you really?
This is like the best and worst way for like a food influencer to die. Or spilling some stupid cheeseburger.
Dude. Oh my god.
Mmm. But no, it's great. I mean, I think number one, just I like the texture of life. The bread's really good.
Yeah, right?
What else is on there? So it's like turkey.
They have turkey, pickled cabbage, spicy mayo.
Smells good. Ooh, yeah, the mayo on there. Yeah.
Yeah, the spicy mayo is great.
Good.
This is one of my favorite like hangover sandwiches. I love this spot. They probably deliver to you if you ever want. Yeah, it's called Campbell's Cheese. It's like a very small
Okay.
corner shop, but they're awesome. Shout out to Campbell's Cheese.
Oh.
Okay, so here's my question for you, Skylar. Now that we've gotten what would probably cost like thousands of dollars of influencer.
No. I don't
classes.
charge. I don't charge restaurants, so it costs you nothing.
No. I'm saying as a student of if at the Jeremy School of Influencing, what do you think? Should we go smelling salt first, then eat, or eat and then smelling salt?
I mean, I've never done smelling salt.
never done
so
smelling salt?
You are gonna have to.
All right.
You're gonna have to pick the order here.
Okay. This is such a stupid idea. I was so excited for it. Now I'm like, what am I doing? Okay.
I mean, we
Well,
gotta do it.
We're gonna crack this. We're gonna crack this open, and then we'll take a smell, and then eat. And we'll go from there.
All right.
Remember to deep throat the sandwich, but
Got it.
not.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh yeah.
Don't die.
No, you're gonna see my good face. This is gonna be.
Okay. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Just one quick smell.
Oh, that was quite the reaction.
Holy shit. Oh.
Mouthfeel on this is really good.
Campbell's cheese is so good, and the tomato sauce is very special as well. Oh my god!
It makes you tear up. I did
Yeah, I
not,
see it
that's
already.
Not, did not.
Did we do it?
Yeah,
We did
I
it.
think so.
Yeah.
Swallow. Make sure you get swallowed.
Come back next week for more makeup tutorial. God damn, that was such a stupid idea.
Yeah, I got too much to do today to do that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Although it does wake you up, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. No,
Maybe
it
I
really
do need
does.
that after Vegas.
We'll give you a to-go bag with some smelling salts.
Does it enhance the flavor, you think?
I'm not sure what it does to the flavor. I'm not entirely
Two
sure.
different things going on in my face.
Like a sensory overload, and you taste everything more. Yeah,
exactly.
see, that's okay.
I like to pair my smelling salts with turkey sandwiches. That's really my favorite pairing. All right, well, that was dumb. Moving right along, Jeremy, and again, truly appreciate you doing this and spending your time with us. So, do you have any questions for us as the service industry people? Do you have like a topic or anything that you wanted to?
I mean, I think just like we were sort of talking about this a little bit, before going on. I think just like my approach is like, it's this weird balance of like, I know that so many influencers are assholes, and like I apologize for that. You know what I mean? Like, and I try and set the bar, especially as like an OG and someone with like a more of a following than most people. I try very hard to like, hey, this is the right way it's done. Look at my success. Like, you guys don't have to be assholes to these people.
There's definitely a squeaky wheel for bad influencers.
Yeah.
I think they like the bad ones give you all a bad name.
Of course, yeah.
But I mean, from what I can tell, knowing you, but also from looking at your content, I don't think you have anything to be worried about.
I mean,
from
I'm
yourself.
the person that like goes in horses and divorces and hides in the corner.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like I don't want anyone to know I'm there.
We are related. That's exactly what I do too. Dude, maybe we should start a new influencer thing. It's just like good bars to hide in the corner.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that back corner is great.
Dude.
I try and grab
Behind
that
the
back.
beads.
Yep. No, I don't go that far. I just want it to sit by like where the water thing is, right around the edge.
Right there. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. It's the best.
It's nice tequila pours.
What's wrong with us? Why do we do that? I feel so fucking weird. Are you alone sometimes when you're doing that?
Yeah, horses are good. So I'll use horses as my like jumping off point for the night. So it's like, all right, I don't know where everyone is. I don't want to stay in the apartment anymore.
Right.
Let's go sit there and drink by myself. Totally cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I do that all the time. And I don't know anybody else who does it. And I feel like such an asshole. I'm just like listening to podcasts and drinking beers. Like people are trying to talk to me. I'm like, like I just want to do my own fucking thing. It's weird.
Happy it's once I'm a few drinks, I'm happy to chat with everyone. I need like a little. I need a minute. I need a minute to myself. Start there. Cool.
Well, you know what you
Ready
could
to
use now is smelling salts if you want.
Yeah.
That'll get you there in a fucking heartbeat. Okay, so we're gonna move now to the end of the show, and I want to sincerely say thank you for doing this. You didn't have to, and I think it says a lot about you for taking your time and biking over here for the second time.
The car today was too cool to bike.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago he thought the show was 2 weeks ago, and he's like, "I'm outside your house." I was like,
Yeah, so sometimes my brain's not working.
dude, you got a lot on your schedule. I get it. But anyway, I truly, it's and this is one of the things that I love about doing this show is I've been able to catch up with some people who I haven't seen in years, and you being one of them. It's nice to be able to hang out for a little bit. So thank you very much for doing this. We are going to end the show the way that we always do, with Chris Marcella's Fast Five. That's so. Skylar is going to ask you 5 questions. First thing off the top of your head, just go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Marcella's Fast 5 or 10.
All right. If you went to jail, what's one movie that you would bring? Because you could only have one movie. It's the only one you could watch.
I And this is like such a cliche answer, but like the movie I could watch over and over and over again is Citizen Kane.
Oh wow. First time anybody said that on the
Really?
show. Yeah.
It's like the most classic movie ever. So I'm like, I feel bad saying it, but it's like, I mean, yeah. What? Okay, sticking to one word. Sorry, Eki.
Yeah. Fuck, marry, kill, Italian food, sushi, and Thai.
I'm gonna marry sushi because I could eat that every single day. Fuck Italian food. I just, you know what? I respect it. Obviously, love it when I eat it. I don't crave it. And then, fuck Thai. Man, that kind of makes sense.
We're killing Thai.
Killing Thai. All right,
Wait, no,
favorite.
fucking Thai.
Oh, you're fucking Thai. So,
Oh, you're
Killing
fucking
Italy.
Thai.
we're killing.
Killing Italian.
Oh, don't say that in this neighborhood.
Yeah. What's your favorite city to party in? Your favorite city you've ever gone to that you
Oh, man.
went out in?
Not counting New York, because I just think, like, everything is in New York. Probably Miami. Nice in a mix, and like, that, I mean, it destroys me, but
Yeah.
All right. What's the celebrity that you think would most like you? Not that you like them, but that would be into hanging out with you.
I feel like me and Drake.
Yeah.
Two just nice Jewish boys.
Yeah. There you go. Shout out to Drake, one of the tribe.
All right. Beach or city?
City.
There we go. I heard this rumor. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this before. That the reason that Thai food is as good as it is that at some point, not that long ago, the president of Thailand or somebody high up in the government was like, nobody knows who the fuck we are. We have to compete, but we have to be smart about how we can compete. We don't have the biggest army. We don't have the biggest innovation. America, part of why it's so well known is because of its television and its media, right? That got into everybody's homes. McDonald's got into everybody's homes, so that it's brand representation of a country. Let's focus all of our resources on just making the best possible food that we can make, and use that as sort of like a Trojan horse to to spread our name around. I don't know if that's accurate.
That's 100% true, and it's even more than that. It's not just about making food; it's the marketing that they spent marketing it to America. Like I got paid by them to do exactly that. Of just like promoting Thai food and going to Thai restaurants in America and like just getting people to make Thai and eat Thai. And like that was my way into everything. Was the first like food I loved eating was Thai food. And then like that opens up the door to all foods being younger. Like, well, what is this country? What is this culture? Who are these people?
Yeah.
That's the beauty of food.
Yeah. I mean, brilliant fucking strategy. And
I
they
literally went to Thailand for my honeymoon because of the food.
Hey, dude.
It's like,
That's why I travel.
That's really, really smart. And it worked. I mean, the food is amazing. Okay, so we're going to end the show as we always do with our guest giving us a joke or a quote. So what you got for us?
Can I do like an inspirational quote?
Sure.
Okay. I just
You want to do smelling salts before you do it?
probably maybe I need it. My whole thing is just like I think it's very easy to look at influencers and sort of what I do and what everyone else does, and it's like, well, that's easy. Like, oh, what luck? And it's like there's always luck involved in everything, but like you just have to realize like it all takes work, and it's just always your perspective. Like every day on Instagram stories, I start my day by saying what I'm doing and just like having the rundown. People are like, I wish I could get paid to eat. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I kind of, that's what it is, but like, that's not the job. The job is doing hard work like anything else.
Yeah.
Like, that is why I'm successful. Luck helps, and that gets you doors are open because of that, and there's always opportunities, but that can only get you so far. I think that's very much my approach to it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you got to work your ass off, people. There's no easy way to do it. Well, guys, this has been awesome. I really appreciate both you guys being here. And again, and we never solved this. Last thing, are we cousins? I don't know.
We're well. I mean, if you want to get technical, I'm like, you are my cousin's cousin's cousin.
What does that make us, though?
I just kept saying like. I mean, I guess it doesn't make us anything, really.
Yeah.
But
I'm sincerely confused. Like, I don't know what a cousin first removed is. I don't know what like
because it's not second cousins.
third
Way
cousins
farther
are.
than that.
Yeah.
I think it's just third cousins.
Third cousins, like my
If you're
my
cousins,
cousin's cousins.
Oh, maybe four.
Wait, there's two in between us?
Well, because like my cousin is like Sarah and I'm Josh.
Right.
Their cousins are the boys.
Right.
Or their cousins.
Right. Yeah. So okay, which brings me to my next point. If we wanted to, we could sleep together.
I don't know the technicalities of it all.
Yeah. The kid would be okay. The kid would turn out okay.
I mean, Jewish geography, where this has been the problem of Jews for too long.
That's true. That's a good point. All right. Well, Jeremy, truly, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. And guys, we will see you next time. We love you. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.